just going to take you through our entrance to the brewery.
So I want to thank everybody who has turned on their computers today to watch our latest edition of our lockdown video. We have Tim here from East Rock Brewing.
Hey, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Good. So we started these videos for the pandemic, kind of educating people on what's going on in the beer industry. So if you can kind of tell us a little bit about kind of what's going on, how this has affected your business. I know you guys are doing curbside and selling merchandise, so just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been impacted in a similar way to a lot of the other breweries out there in Connecticut. Beer halls obviously shut down, but we started doing curbside about a week after we got shut down, and it's been it's exceeded our expectations a little bit. Sorry, we got the phone ringing in the background. People are outside waiting to pick up beer here.
Right?
Yeah, so we're, Wednesday through Saturday right now, 3 to 7, Wednesday through Friday, Saturday, 12 to 6. We're open for curbside. So you can order online through our online shop. You can find a link to on our website or on our social media accounts, or you can just call in and place your order over the phone with us. We'll tell you what we have available. So everything on draft is available in growlers. And then, of course, we have all of our beer that is in 6-packs available as well. We do distribute in New Haven, Fairfield, and Hartford County to package stores right now, at least. So you can find our 6-packs in a lot of package stores in those areas.
Awesome. So
yeah.
as I mean, I know you guys have a lot of different variety of beers, which are awesome. As the head brewer, do you have anything new coming up, or want to show us around the brewery?
We in terms of beer styles, nothing new. Most of the time when we come out with a new recipe, we'll brew a small batch of it, which is usually reserved for consumption here in the beer hall. So we're just kind of focusing on like beers that we sell out in the market right now. We are pretty excited about a variety pack that we're releasing next week. So we got 4 different styles, 3 beers a piece. And right now we're releasing our 4 year-round brands, which is our lager, the Munich style Helles, our Pilsner, our bestseller there, Vienna lager, which is pretty new to the year-round lineup, and then our Weiss beer, which is a German style Hefeweizen. So a nice sampler pack of our beers if you haven't been introduced to all of them yet. And then in the summer, I'll show you guys a little image of the 12-pack here. This will rotate. These will rotate in and out, as we release new beers. So we might throw a seasonal in there, just a one-off that we've made primarily for the variety pack. And then in the summer, we're releasing the Pilsner in cans. So that'll be available in 6-packs of 12-ounce cans at some point this summer. We're hoping before the July 4th weekend. So that's what we're excited about, what we're focused on. Naturally, we can only sell to package stores right now, so we're finding ways to sort of increase our revenue that way, and also offer things that our consumers might be looking for. So
I'm a huge nerd with the whole variety packs. I don't know about anybody else, but I love when people do mixed packs. It's like anytime I go to a place, I'm like, I have to get every single one of them. Gotta try them all.
It's basically like getting a flight when you're out of the tap room. So hopefully they do well for us.
I like it. So since we got you here today, you want to give us a little tour around the building and show us your operation?
Flip this around here again now that I know how to do it. So I'm just going to take you through our entrance to the brewery here. I'm in the beer hall right now. So for those viewers that aren't too familiar with the brand, we are a German-inspired brewery. We specialize in lagers and wheat beers. And the company was founded by my brother and myself. I'm a brewer by trade, but we both kind of have a little bit of an entrepreneurial drive in us, and wanted to start a business for ourselves. My passion is in German beer in particular. I studied in Germany when I was younger, also in Chicago. It's where I got my technical education in brewing, and just sort of fell in love with German beer culture and also the styles that are brewed over there. And unfortunately, by the time a lot of the German import beer makes its way over to the U.S., it's, not as fresh as it was meant to be. So we're kind of here to bring, fresh German style beer to consumers of Connecticut, maybe someday beyond Connecticut. So this is our brew house over here. It's a 30-barrel brew house, so we brew about 930 gallons of beer per batch, and we usually double batch into a 60-barrel fermenter. All the ingredients, I shouldn't say all, but nearly all of the ingredients we use are imported from Germany. So all of the barley we use, nearly all the hops, with the exception of a couple of IPLs that we have available in the beer hall for on-site consumption, come from Germany. We work with two family farms in particular that sell us hops in the Hallertau and Tettnang regions. So we try to just, do it in an authentic way. So this is our little view of the cellar over here. We got a couple tanks coming in the next couple of weeks to fill up some of the empty space there.
How big is that space, Tim?
Just the factory in general?
Yeah, just curious.
It's about 20,000 in total. And then the beer hall, which I'll show you a glimpse of, is about 3,500. And it's a big space. Our ceiling height is relatively low, and then being primarily a lager brewery, we have a need for a lot more square footage in the cellar than a typical ale brewery. So, but it's certainly a lot of room to grow back here still. We're only about not even 2 years old, so as the years grow, we'll be able to grow into this space. We're hoping to not have to leave this particular space anytime soon. So, little view of our bottler over here. This bottler bottles about 50 bottles a minute, or a couple cases a minute. So it moves at a pretty good clip for us, which makes bottling days a little less challenging than they otherwise would be.
Explain a little bit to people that are watching. I know sometimes people don't realize the difference between the cans and the bottles, like why you would can it versus, putting in a bottle.
Well, I guess I should just start with the reason that we chose to go into bottles. It's a format that's a little bit more conventional for German style beer. So that was a big part of the decision. Another part of it is this particular bottle just has excellent fill quality capability. So it's important for us to have great shelf stability out there in the market. And this particular machine is capable of doing that. I have nothing against cans. We love them. We're doing a test with them this year. And if people want us to put our beer in cans, then that is certainly something that would be in the future for us. But we don't have any plans if we do switch to cans of getting rid of the bottles. We're going to try to keep both package formats available, because we know people like to drink from both package formats. So
yeah, I'm definitely more of a bottle guy for sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually a big German beer guy, so I will definitely have to come down as soon as we're able to, for sure. Michelle's been able to go down and visit. I have yet, so I'm actually excited. I didn't realize you had a passion for German beer, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of where my skill set lies, I guess, as a brewer. I've never made like a New England style IPA, and I don't really know how to make them, to be honest with you. There's a lot of other styles of ales that are really popular today that I'm certainly not an expert in. So my background is, I don't want to say primarily in lager brewing, but like that's where my sort of passion is. So when I got out of school in Germany, I moved to Boston. I worked for a brew pub up there for about 5 years. I had a lot of creative license to just brew what I want. So I made a lot of lager beer, and I made a lot of bad lager beer for a while too. No matter what you read in a textbook, sometimes you just got to kind of go do it and hone your skill through experience. And then I went to work for Jack's Abbey for a number of years. I was the quality manager there before I left. Jack and I went to brewing school together in Chicago and in Germany. So we've known each other and worked together for the majority of both of our careers. I happened to grow up down the street here in Orange, wanting to move back to the area for some time. And, my brother and I just got talking and decided to try our hand at opening a brewery down here. For some reason, New Haven just didn't have one. So, being kind of the cultural center of Connecticut, in my opinion anyways, it was just kind of struck me as a little odd that the city didn't have one. So it was kind of something that we were happy to bring to the area.
Now, I know when we first started and we were talking to the New Haven tourism, and they were saying the same thing, that they were surprised that, you have so many new breweries coming into Connecticut, and they were like, New Haven is like a hub, of, if anything, I like New Haven better than Hartford, you know what I mean? Like, it was just surprising that there was no brewery down there, and you guys are in an awesome spot.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I mean, I had been waiting for like years and years for somebody to open up in New Haven, and it just never happened. So I guess, we were the first since the closing of Elm City back in 98. So in like 20 years. Speaking
of opening, I mean, you guys have a pretty, decent sized space. You don't have any like outdoor seating, but on the kind of like the phase 1 that's supposed to kind of supposedly take place on May 20th, do you guys have any kind of insights of what you guys are going to do?
Yeah, we do. We're going to continue with the curbside pickup. And we actually do have some outdoor seating out on the deck now. We got that last summer is when we started that. So right now we have 18 seats out there, and I think we're going to be expanding it to maybe 20 or 30. We're just waiting for the guidelines from the governor, kind of figure out how to lay things out and kind of structure, how we're going to run the operation. We're definitely going to open up when we're allowed to. Going to kind of work toward, putting whatever guidelines in place before that date. So
awesome. I know all of us can't wait to go out and actually just sit down and enjoy a beer. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share with us?
I think the only other thing that I missed that I like to share is that we're planning to go full state with our distribution at some point this summer. So if you don't live in New Haven, Fairfield, or Hartford County, you'll be able to get our beer pretty soon.
Awesome.
So that's pretty exciting news for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you, Tim, for hanging out with us for a little while, and cheers. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you soon.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, John.
Yep. Have a good one, Tim.
Yeah, you too.